Alright, we are now back with part 3 of my N64 collection, the 2016 edition of it. And when we left off at the end of part 2, we left off at Mario Party 2. So we're going to start off here in part 3 with Ken Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest for the Nintendo 64. And as you can see, we've got Ken Griffey on the label here. And when this game came out, he was playing for the Seattle Mariners. And this game, for the most part, has all 30 MLB teams in it. The only exception, though, is that because this game came out in 1999, the Washington Nationals aren't on here. Aren't on here. Instead, it is the Montreal Expos when they were still the Expos. And so, yeah, there we go. But aside from that, all the other teams are in here. The rosters are kind of old, but whatever. Next up, we have the Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, one of the best N64 games made. And as you can see, this is the standard gray cart variation of this. I think they also had a gold cart variation, but I do not have that one. And this, of course, based off the popular Legend of Zelda franchise, which, by the way, in case you're wondering, turns 30 years old this year. So, congratulations on that accomplishment. And this game is long, though. I mean, I have tried playing this myself, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. But it is still a really good game, though. So I'll give it credit for that. I should also mention this is the second time trying to record part 3. When I tried a few moments earlier, I was interrupted about a minute in, so yeah. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Wayne Gretzky's Free Hockey, and this is a hockey video game, and pretty much the NHL equivalent of NBA Jam. And this game came out, I think, in 1996 or 97. So, this game obviously has less teams than they do right now. Plus, this also has some teams from when they were, from before they relocated. Like, for example, like, it's got the Hartford Whalers in here when they were,
Mark, can I interrupt for a second?
Before they moved to Carolina. Yes?
Where's your cell phone?
My cell phone's upstairs.
Okay, can you get it, please?
Yeah, before they moved to Carolina, and if you'll excuse me for one moment. Alright, we are, alright, pardon moi. Moving on, next up is All-Star Baseball 2001. It's an MLB video game. And, As you can see, we've got Derek Jeter on the label for this. Before he retired, obviously. And this is a pretty fun baseball game, And we've got the red label on this. Yeah, some of these sports games from the early 2000s have the red label on them. The red cartridge. And next up we have NBA Live 2000. And it's a pretty good basketball game. And it is, yeah, this is a really fun basketball game. I have played some of the newer NBA live games, and those graphics are a lot better than what they were able to do before. So, still really a fun game. And then we've got NASCAR 99, which of course is the NASCAR racing game with the NASCAR drivers. Jeff Gordon, of course, is on this one. And as you can see on the label, this used to belong to a place called the Super Club Videotron. I'm guessing that was probably a store in Quebec, in the Canadian province of Quebec, that's out of business now, I think. But it's a pretty fun racing game. Personally, I'm not really a NASCAR fan, but I do like sports games. So yeah. Then this next one's based off a popular board game, Monopoly. Oh yes, we all love Monopoly, don't we? Yes, we do. And of course, since everyone knows how to play Monopoly, I'm not going to bother explaining this. But there is a PS1 version of this game, which I also have. Then we've got NBA In the Zone 2000. Made, of course, by Konami, the same people that made Blades of Steel on the NES. I love that NES game, Blades of Steel. But why am I talking about that? This is an N64 collection. Anyway, it's a really, it's a pretty cool basketball game. Of course, there are better basketball games than this, but I like this one. And speaking of basketball, we've got the next couple are basketball ones too. We've got NBA Live 99, and we've got a Boston Celtics player on here. I'm not sure who that is, but I don't think he's even playing anymore, so that doesn't really matter. Now, this game came out. Now, when this game came out, this game came out during the NBA lockout in the late 90s, so as a result, the season that year was only 50 games instead of 82. So, yeah. But it's a pretty fun basketball game. I do enjoy basketball. In fact, I was actually at the Raptor game last night and they won, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, if you like basketball, then by all means, go ahead and get this. And then we've got Kobe Bryant and NBA Courtside. As you can tell, this game prominently features Kobe Bryant of the LA Lakers. And this is a pretty cool basketball game. I've played this with one of my cousins, and he seemed to like it. So yeah, if you like basketball, then by all means, go ahead. Go ahead and get this one. I mean, it's got Kobe Bryant in it. What more do you expect? And speaking of Kobe Bryant, he is also part of this next NBA Courtside game, NBA Courtside 2. And just like the first one, Kobe Bryant is featured heavily in this version. And speaking of Kobe, he is retiring after this current season. So, good for him. After a long career, he deserves it. Yeah, everyone has to go sometime. But I will say this, the Lakers team that he's on in this game is a lot better than the actual Lakers team he's on right now. I will tell you that much right now. Although, they did beat Golden State last weekend. Yeah, so that was huge. Probably the upset of the year, I think, in the NBA. Now we've got, we've got more sports here, folks. EA Sports NASCAR 2000, the follow-up for NASCAR 99. I believe the same NASCAR drivers that were in NASCAR 99 are in this one as well. So, yeah, there you go. And like I said before, I'm not much of a NASCAR fan, but I just have this for collecting purposes. Next up is NHL Blades of Steel 99. And, of course, as you can see here, we've got Jaromir Jagr on the label for this. And as I mentioned in one of the other parts, Jagr is the only one. Jagr is still playing actively in the NHL at this point. Playing for the Florida Panthers, I believe, who are in position actually to make the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. So, good for them. They deserve it. Too bad my own team sucks. But that's a whole different matter altogether. And and this is made by the same people that made the NES version of Blades of Steel. And speaking of which, it just so happens that there is also a Nintendo Game Boy version of Blades of Steel. Yeah. I'm not kidding. There is a Game Boy version of Blades of Steel. Now, I originally thought that Blades of Steel was an NES-only game, but evidently, I was wrong. Then we've got Jeremy McGrath Supercross 2000, another Supercross racing game. And this one, of course, as you would expect, prominently features Jeremy McGrath, who I guess was the big Supercross star at that time. And yeah, this is a pretty fun game. I have played this, and it's pretty fun. And and I should also mention there's they've got the deck. And speaking of Supercross, they're racing actually right here in my hometown this weekend at the Rogers Center, the same place where the Blue Jays play their games. So that'll be pretty fun. I don't have tickets for that, unfortunately, but well. And then next is Madden Football 64, which was the first the first Madden game released on the N64. And this is a really fun game. It's a really fun game. And yeah, if you like football, then I would definitely recommend this game. I actually did play this, I think, the weekend of the Super Bowl as kind of a pre-Super Bowl matchup. But I got my butt kicked. Then we've got EA Sports Triple Play 2000, which of course is a baseball video game. And this is I love this baseball game. I actually used to play this on the computer a lot, like into the late 90s, early 2000s, etc. Yeah, I loved this game. So yeah, this is definitely a really great baseball game. Yeah, hopefully the Blue Jays do well again this year. Then we've got Mario Party 3, which is the third in the Mario Party series. This one has 70 new mini games in it, and you can also hold 3 items at once in this one. Oh, and actually, since I'm talking about this, I probably should mention this now since I forgot to with Mario Party 2. Mario Party 2 was the first Mario Party game in the series where you could hold items, but it was only one at a time. Here, you can hold 3 items at once. Next, we've got Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, another early N64 release. 1996, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a pretty cool game. Again, not really that good at Star Wars games. But I think my brother used to play this as well. And then we've got, next up is Pokemon Stadium 2, which of course is the sequel to the original Pokemon Stadium. All the Gen 1 Pokemon from the first Pokemon Stadium game are in this one, as well as all the Gen 2 Pokemon. And this is a really awesome, awesome game. You can do tournaments, you can do free play, yeah, you can do mini games, you can do all that stuff, just like in the first one. And, well, we only have one part left, and I'll see you for it after this.